keep messing up. And it's only just tiny little things because I'm nervous and I'm not even recording. Okay, here we go. Suffering becomes the byproduct of those who either don't know how to play the game of financial dominance or refuse to play. It's widely accepted that civil, developed, first world nations must adapt to the economic rule. The more of something you have, which we consider the most important thing, the more you're rewarded, and the more power you have, and the more you can bend the rules to get even more of that thing. Those who are clouded by different goals get led astray from reward and success. But that's okay. Because in a balanced ecosystem, we need prey for predators to target. Balanced, right? Because the prey know they're being hunted. So why do most of these prey develop a strong relationship with predators, cheering them on while they eat their fucking children? Wash it all away. A song. I wrote it. And I wrote it during one of the darkest periods of my life. In fact, most songs on this album were written then. And I'm still in a pretty dark period. That's okay, though. My primary coping mechanism has been escapism for the vast majority of my life. That's common, but I want to talk about my experience and how badly I wanted to leave our reality and never look back. Could you blame me? Wash It All Away was created with two interpretations in mind. The first follows a protagonist who appears intermittently across the album. This isn't a linear story-driven concept album, so she only surfaces on a couple of tracks. But her character is an allegory for middle to lower class individuals in modern generations. Her experiences are our attempts to survive in a corrupt economy, an economy run by powerful people who want to take advantage of us and ultimately don't need us or want us for any other reason. If we're not using their platforms, buying their products, or living a life they constructed for us, we have no place in this world. We're not just replaceable, we're almost completely useless. Imagine we keep going down this path, and the situation gets worse and worse. That's the core of this interpretation. Powerful people continue to destroy our lives and then sell us the solution. We no longer have a world we want to live in, but we can live in a personalized, idealized, fictional world. As long as we allow ourselves to be continuously exploited and drained. A dystopian utopia. The second interpretation is more personal and emphasizes escapism. That was the original concept of this song. You've probably heard ignorance is bliss, and I mostly agree, but in the modern age of hyper-accessible information, that phrase is losing a little bit of relevance. I prefer delusion as bliss. I believe delusion is necessary for happiness. We all live in some sort of hypnotic delusion just to get by. I mean, we can't carry the whole mental burden of life's information. The more I learn about mental health and emotional wellness, the more I realize you have to construct a false world for yourself to optimally fulfill yourself. It's not as extreme as it sounds. These things are subtle because they're basically who we are. We're incapable of perceiving anything but a delusion. Escapism sits in a similar place, but intention does make the difference. I constantly created cartoon worlds in my head, where things felt less gray and less scary. Places where I felt accepted, and like I belonged. Because I was an outcast in high school. I was basically the freaky genius girl. I'm sorry. That escapism got so intense that it literally left me emotionally distraught because I couldn't live in those realities. If a portal to those places existed, I would have left this world without a second thought. And then we could have silly little adventures, Rocky Rigobee, together. Yes! No, you're a great cartoon character, but you should stay that. You sound like the worst person to be around. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do, but guys, hear me out. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm kind of mentally ill, okay? I'm a little bit of a freak, okay? Back to the script. And yeah, it's a script. Poop for brains. I just ain't going off the dome. Yeah. What was that? What am I doing? Oh my God. Do I do another take or no? We're keeping this. We're keeping this. Okay. This example of escapism isn't universally relatable, but I wonder what it would be like if we could artificially construct an ideal world for every individual. How do we optimize happiness and fulfillment? People perceive life differently. No one shares a perfect reality. My reality tends to be with furries. No, that's not real. That's actually not real. How do we conceptualize an artificial reality that still leaves us emotionally fulfilled? I don't know, maybe we Truman Show people, but in a different context. Who would control these realities? Would those people be mortal gods? Sorry, this concept is a little bit out there and like hard to explain. And this was before I started taking
mind-altering substances.
Maybe I'm so interested in escapism because of childhood trauma. I was severely abused, you know? I'm probably overcomplicating my coping mechanisms, is what I'm saying here. Is this cringe? Is this whole thing cringe? I don't know. I'm trying to be funny and like, listen guys, I'm having an identity crisis and I don't know if I want to be this goofy, lighthearted musician or this incredibly serious, but also deranged individual that's trying to figure out just how meaningless our life really is. And this concept of God or spirituality or some sort of meaning of life that we have to construct is just proving my point that we need to feed into this delusion like never before if we want an escape. We accidentally started perceiving our reality and we evolved to believe it. No one can explain existence, but unfortunately, it's explainable. We can't desire fake reality because we're living in the fake reality.
Buy my merch to defeat consumerism.